Hey, what's your Shrinivas and welcome back to my channel. So in today's topic, we will talk to you guys about rethinking the Kallax ball. And one of the reasons for doing that is because I get a very long comment and feedback from Marcin from Galatic Shrimps. So recently he has been trying the Kallax ball, and he has also, very gracefully shared some of his footages of his tanks and his streams on how he actually uses the Kallax ball, and it's a very long, I'm just going to read through it for you guys and let you guys think through what are some of the things that can change in terms of rethinking the Kallax ball. So you can actually see there's a lot of text, so I'm just going to read through it and what he actually said about this and why this video is all about. So he will start off with, he'd like to share a detailed opinion about the Kallax ball and a product that has been become an essential element in his stream tank. And the reason for saying that is because he has been using it for some time now, and he said that the impact on the water quality in his aquarium is truly impressive. So how does the Kallax ball over here actually make the water quality in his aquarium truly impressive? So one of the things is that the Kallax ball creates biofilm. Yes, that's part of it. The other not so focused area is actually about the water quality, because the water quality is not something that, for example, if you're going to put the Kallax ball in the tank, your water will become magnificent. So it's not pertaining to that. So it helps enhance the already good water quality to be even better. One of the reasons for having that is the water quality can go either ways, right? So if, for example, if you are very advanced hobbies, intermediate to advanced hobbies, you know what the water parameters is like, you know how to control the water and doing water changes weekly, you know all of this at the back of your hand, and then you use the Kallax ball, that will actually help improve your water quality. But if you are somebody who has just started off this hobby, and I have already shared this with many of the hobbies before, is that the Kallax ball is not really for someone who is just beginning, starting out the hobby, someone who doesn't know the nitrogen cycle, someone who doesn't know all about what is required. The Kallax ball is not for you at this point of time. And the reason for saying that is because you will first need to understand how to actually control your water quality before you use a Kallax ball, because it can swing either way. Because if you use a Kallax ball and you don't even know how to use it, then it will become detrimental to your tank water quality. But if you know how to use it, this will be an added advantage. So that's the reason why a lot of this content that I put out is really more forward towards the intermediate to advanced, because we have YouTubers who are touching on the very beginning phase of it, the introduction of it, the beginning stage of it, when you're a new beginner, what you're supposed to do. And we find very little content on what's going to be from intermediate to advanced. So that's the reason why a lot of the products that we use ourselves and the ways that we keep our streams is slightly more advanced in terms of what we actually want to focus on. Our focus is always about the water quality, about the genetics of the streams. And one of the things is that if you are unable to determine what is good water parameters, then I would say that learn the basics first before you go to intermediate, before you use the Kallax ball. So as we build on the next part of it, is that what he's saying is that this biofilm is a real treasure for his streams. So this is so basically he wrote this in Polish and then translated it into English, and I think the translation works great. So because it says a real treasure for my stream, and it serves as a natural food source, because biofilm is the #1 food source in the wild. In nature, biofilm is the food source for the streams. And one of the reasons for adding biofilm into the tank is really about enhancing the biofilm creation, because biofilm gets stripped out by the stream's constant grazing, and we wanted to have a controlled method to actually help and encourage, promote more growth of the biofilm in the tank. So what he's also saying that watching my streams, I've noticed that they are more active and healthier, which is the most important thing for me as an aquarist. So over here, you can see here, what he's saying is that it's active and healthier. So these are two parts of it. So like I've mentioned, if you are already a very advanced hobbyist and you already know how to control everything, and when you use the Kallax ball, then you will get an enhanced or accelerated or elevated outcome of the stream's behavior. For example, like he's saying, active and healthier. And then streams then have access to such food not only to thrive better but also to exhibit more interesting behavior. So you can actually see that things change when you allow more food into the tank, allow more biofilm in the tank. And then what is slightly different here is that I would say that the next thing that I'm going to share is what he has written is correct, is accurate, but this is really more for intermediate and advanced breeders and hobbies. And the reason for saying that is because if you are really not sure how to use it, how to actually use it in your advantage, it could be detrimental. So like for example, I always use this example, a knife, a knife given to a chef and a knife given to a killer or a murderer has both very different outcome. So over here, we want to make sure that that you really know what you are doing before you actually use it. So what he's saying here is that additionally, I use Kallax for starting new tanks. So you have seen some of my videos, I actually use Kallax to actually start a new tank. But what he does a little bit more differently is that he usually cut open the bag and sprinkle the content on the water surface, so into the tank, so as to significantly accelerate the development of beneficial microorganisms. So one of the things is that instead of getting the microorganisms towards the ball, what he has actually done is that he actually sprinkles the content so that the content is all over the tank and the microorganisms can get to it much easier. So I think that's where there's a slight difference in it. However, I wouldn't say that I wouldn't try this method. I think this method will work maybe probably much better. However, I'm going to put this caveat in there, is that if you are a beginner hobbyist, please do not try this method. When you only fully understand, or if you follow our steps, the process very religiously, then probably you can try it, because this is really not for beginners hobbies. Because if you don't know how to use it, it'll become something that may not be good, and then it goes over the internet and saying that it's not good. However, a lot of these advanced breeders who are really into this hobby for 5, 10, 15, even 20 years understands and know how to control the water parameters well, and they are able to do such different things in a tank and actually use the Kallax ball to their favor, to their benefit and to their advantage. So this is very different, because this is something that we have to rethink about. How do we really use it towards our advantage? So that's the reason why they use the Kallax ball to actually start a tank. So which is perfectly fine. It works both ways. You can use it as a biofilm creator. You can actually start a tank with it. So as it says on, thanks to the Kallax, Kallax ball, it actually helps faster achievement in biological stability, and new tanks actually help to stabilize more quickly but also gain in biodiversity in a healthy ecosystem. So all of this, when we talk about it, is really to get to where the water parameters will be like a mature tank. So every one of our our breeders who we have been communicating with always want to talk about a healthy ecosystem, a place where we have streams where they are in there, they will breed and they will thrive very well. So he also said that he appreciates that the Kallax is easy to use and doesn't require complicated handling. It can be successfully applied in both, like I say, both in new and existing tank. So it's making it a very versatile solution. So for any aquarist, but then again, not for any aquarist, but really on the intermediate to advanced. So for the beginners who are starting out, and if you really want to try the Kallax ball, you will have to follow the steps. You know, different steps, provided so that you will not get into a bind where you have so many things in the tank, you add so many other stuff in the tank, which create an issue for the tank. It's not that the Kallax isn't working well, but because you are not sure how to actually use it to your advantage. So in summary, it says that Kallax is an excellent product that significantly simplifies life for aquarists, which is true. If you know how to use it, it's simplified. But if you don't know how to use it, then you will forever not be able to learn how to use it. So thanks to this application, he can really enjoy healthy and active inhabitants in his tanks, streams. I wholeheartedly recommend it to anyone looking to care for their streams and improve the water quality in their aquariums. So greetings to all viewers of the Stream Centuries channels, Marcin from Galatic Shrimps. So over here, we really go through some of these ideas and concepts of why the Kallax ball is important to the tank, and how do you actually use it. I think that is the missing piece to a lot of breeders who have just started out. Moving from the beginner stage to the intermediate stage, I think that is where the Kallax ball will have a place in the learning process. And once you are really able to actually harness its energy or its power to actually get your streams and your water parameters much better, then you will fully understand the usefulness for them. And we have a lot of advanced breeders who have used this religiously, and they see a significant difference if they do not use it. So for example, over here you can actually see that there is one that is being used, and we actually added one more, and at this point of time we are actually we actually wanted to differentiate our products. And because there's a lot of competitors or people who are in a hobby who wants to also create this recipe, and that's the reason why we actually have a cable tie with our branding on it. And the reason for doing that is to let you guys know that for those who are using it, that it comes directly from us. We are moving away from our current cable ties, the normal cable ties, and this one is a little bit thicker, and it has our branding on it, so it has our name on it, and so that you will use it knowing that it comes from us, and not from from others who are probably you are not very sure, especially for those end customers who have bought it from an agent that we work with, and I think that will definitely help in the long run. So thank you guys for watching this video, and until next time, peace out.